Happy 4th. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are enjoying your holiday. But anywho, let's jump right into this video. So we have some more news regarding the whole situation with Cassie and Diddy. As I told y'all yesterday, Cassie was sued by a male sex worker. Now, what I've been trying to get y'all to understand, it is more to this story, and we oftentimes wonder why all of the sex workers were not called. But now that more information is coming out, we kind of know why. Now, here is one of the sex workers that sued Cassie. In fact, this guy goes on to say Cassie reached out to him, brought him to the U.S. Attorney's Office, but for some reason, they did not use him as a witness. And guess what? We're going to get into why they didn't use him for a witness. Because when y'all listen to what this man has to say, I wouldn't have used him for a witness either. But let's get into it.
Good morning. I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassie Ventura for damages involved in the Seancombs sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social media and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Seancombs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassie Ventura for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts.
But wait a minute. Let me just stop it right there. I hope you are listening to what he's saying, because this is the exact same thing that Cassie said happened to her. This is the same thing that Jane Doe said happened to her. But he's saying the same thing, but yet he's saying it was done to him by Cassie and Diddy. But he's also saying y'all, and I'm talking about y'all black ladies, women, are dragging him in the comments, which is very interesting that I stumbled upon this video, because I was saying the same thing. Why are the black ladies, not all of y'all, but a good portion of y'all are so nasty and bitter, and I just don't understand where it comes from. You believe, and you can believe whatever you want, that Cassie was a victim, but you don't believe he was a victim. Some of the comments y'all talking about he ugly, talking about his lips, just ignorant. Some people was even saying it's something on your lips. I am so disgusted with the behavior of some of the women that look like me. Like it makes me want to just hide my whole face by some of the things that y'all say, because a victim is a victim. What do you see in Cassie that makes her a victim? You didn't think the workers at some point could have thought they was victimized? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. But the fact that you people go into the comments and drag this man because you say he's lying. But one thing we do know is the court did not convict on these charges. But yet and still, you all are dragging him. But you know, the most interesting part of it, though, is you do the same thing to yungmiami. So look how you want to protect Cassie, but you call yungmiami a hoe. You say she's ugly. Like, it's really disgusting the way that some of y'all act. You automatically assume that yungmiami, who is black like you think she's disgusting, you think she's the worst, but yet you run to Cassie. That should be studied.
For over a period of 8 years to continue to be this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassie Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Seancombs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on.
She told the U.S. Attorney's Office about them. Why do y'all think they didn't use him? Because keep in mind, she was forced to do all these things. Don't you want all of the witnesses? Why wasn't this man called? Why wasn't he called? I mean, he was introduced because it seems like he would not be in that group of the narrative that they want to paint. Because, in all honesty, if this happened, why are they eliminating people that was a part of this coercive nature of everything that was happening? Did y'all hear what he say? She was the one that introduced me to the US government, but for some reason, we didn't see him, or did we see him?
Who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth, that Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him.
Another thing, is Cassie y'all idol? Because y'all do be acting a little weird in the comments, which is exactly what I said. What is so good about her? Do you think she's just pretty? You would like to look like her? What is it that you see in her that you don't see in yungmiami, because you drag the hell out of yungmiami? So what is it that you all see? I mean, is she your idol? What is it? Because a victim is a victim, and you choose who you think is a victim, but y'all wasn't even there.
That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Seancombs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie...
I'm going to start the video over. Let's start it over.
...through social media, and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Seancombs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts for over a period of 8 years to continue to be this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Seancombs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth, that Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Seancombs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Seancombs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time that did happen, that Seancombs was not responsible for that Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during her menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting, and I deserved more respect than that. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is she's being supported by women like you who would choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth, which is that a woman could have lied to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her heart and hurt.
Wait a minute. What did he say? A woman could have lied to get revenge on her ex-boyfriend. But I know y'all don't believe that because that don't happen. That couldn't have happened.
It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll...
Women are emotional, and even reading the comments, some of y'all got some real problems. And sometimes I read the comments and I be thanking God because I'm like, I don't even understand what type of people be in the comments. Maybe it's therapy for some people because a lot of them need therapy. Some of the things, not y'all, but some of these people have unhealed trauma and they are not even fit to even have a conversation about these sorts of things because they start bringing up what happened to them when this has nothing to do with anybody's issues. This is Cassie and Diddy and the male, sex workers. Some of y'all start bringing up what happened to y'all. This is not about you. And that should kind of let you know that you have some unhealed trauma, because if you cannot have a conversation separate and you bring yourself in, I mean, you can, but this has nothing to do with you. Now, this man is saying it. I've been saying it. So it's interesting that he knows this too. Women can be some very difficult people, especially when they feel like they've been wrong, especially if you feel like you've been freaked out for every man under the universe, and now that man has moved on to somebody else. Now, this is one of the workers speaking out. And the interesting part is the U.S. government knew about him. Was he a part of the trial?
Do everything in their power to hurt you. But I want to end this by saying this. Cassie did this to herself. They say he who sets out on a course of revenge should dig 2 graves. People, Cassie dug the grave that is Clayton Howard herself. Cassie got on the stand trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset, people. She should have never gotten on the stand and created further liability for herself by telling more of the lie that she created to get this man sent to prison for his life. She made a mistake when she got on the stand, people. She made a mistake when she got on the stand and lied about the events with Clayton Howard. Clayton Howard is a victim of Cassandra Ventura. Clayton Howard didn't ask to be in a relationship with Cassandra Ventura while she was sleeping with numerous men per week. I get it. You all think I was a nasty male prostitute sleeping with women, all different women all the time. It actually didn't work like that. To have certain types of people that can pay you that well, what you really have to do is you have to focus on people who are affluent. And affluent people don't engage in activities like that. So I might have had a client once a month. The truth is I was only a male escort for 2 years. I continued in the profession because Cassie and Diddy continued to pay me very well. And I was an ex-con. I needed money. I was trapped in the situation. I'll admit that. I didn't know what to do. But does that mean I should be victim shamed because the same thing that happened to women all the time happened to me as a man? No. And for those women out there, for you black women who choose to shame me as a black man for telling my truth, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's probably pretty much all I have to say. You will not see me too much in the media. I don't need the public to believe me. I just need a jury of my peers and 12 people to believe me in the court. And thanks to the testimony of Cassie during the trial of Seancombs, I have that.
Well, I don't have anything to say behind that, but it's very interesting how certain people, black women, are, dragging him, and apparently they, not y'all, feel justified in doing it. It's disgusting. A victim is a victim. He said that y'all heard what he said happened to him. So I guess he lying too, right?
Too hot. Lakeyshakeysha, queen of the plot.